And now about Zoran. Let's check what is happening with the AI bubble.
Here at Geopolitical Economy Report, we talk a lot about financial bubbles and how ever since the 1980s and 90s, with the deregulation of the US financial sector, the US economy has relied more and more on a series of bubbles that are inflated and they pop and another bubble is inflated. We saw that with the dot-com bubble that popped in 2000. We saw that with the real estate bubble that popped in 2007 and 2008, causing a massive financial catastrophe. And today we can see that once again, there is an enormous bubble in the US stock market, the largest bubble in the history of the US stock market, that is largely being driven by AI, by artificial intelligence technology. And when we talk about the AI bubble, usually people think about big companies like OpenAI or NVIDIA, or maybe other big tech corporations in the so-called Magnificent Seven, the Mag 7, like Meta and Amazon and Google. But actually, one of the companies that's related to AI that may be the most overvalued company on Earth is Palantir. This is a company that provides software for the U.S. government.
It's overvalued because it signs government contracts, and the United States government, which is funded by, well, the core of capitalist empire, has an interest in a company like Palantir to work. So it's a direct flow of capital from large capital into the capitalist state, which then wants to ensure the perseverance of said capital by investing in Palantir, which is made it their thesis, their life goal on preserving the current neoliberal and even darker post-neoliberal, capitalist world order and unipolarity, and et cetera, et cetera.
For multiple...
So it's the way you should look at Palantir. It's kind of like if all the large capitalists of the world agreed on one thing needed on one company needing to succeed. It's like the profit incentive on steroids, because they know long term that by saving unipolarity and, more importantly, by saving the current capitalist status quo, they are saving their own paycheck, and they will use basically a hyper-tech private military enterprise such as Palantir to ensure that happens. Look at it the same way like how, they large capitalists want you to invest in the military-industrial complex. Well, the new military-industrial complex is Palantir and companies such as similar to Palantir, right? So, sure, they still want shit going into Boeing and shit going into tanks and shit going into good old fucking AR-15s, but they very much so also want companies like this to be very successful, because if they have the resources, they will be able to, at least from their perspective, save them. The problem, the contradiction in that becomes that Palantir itself is a publicly traded company. And then Palantir itself wants what at the end of the day? Sure, to protect the status quo, but also to increase shareholder value. So, what's the big contradiction there? They will overinflate themselves and overpitch themselves to large capital, which is funding them through the American state, which renders them less efficient. If you don't get what I'm saying, re-listen to what I just said. It is fascinating. It is fascinating. So TLDR, capitalism wants to preserve itself through the development of more advanced military tech, for which it utilizes the capitalist American state to inflate said tech. But said tech is privately run, not state-run. So it is motivated on inflating itself, which limits its efficiency because it wants to constantly overpromise. Capitalism sucks so fucking much, dude. It sucks so fucking much. It is this Palantir long term is going to be capitalism selling us the rope. It's so wild. It's so fascinating.
U.S. government agencies, and it's very close to the Donald Trump administration. And after Trump won the U.S. presidential election in November 2024, Palantir's stock skyrocketed to completely irrational levels. This was based purely on speculation.
Sorry, my friend. 1 second.
And just quickly to respond to Virtual Ambassador Story, who accused me of ad hominem attacks. You are a government official. You are a veteran coup plotter, and it is legitimate for a journalist to scrutinize the activities of a coup plotting government official who in February 2021 hosted a insurrectionist summit at the Marriott Hotel in Bogota. You, with Leopoldo Lopez, the US-backed coup leader who staged multiple failed military coups and led violent riots that saw Afro-Venezuelan citizens burned in the streets. Check out Orlando Figuera. And Carlos
Cuphead previous for clip as well, potentially.
Vecchio, the fake ambassador to Venezuela, who is actually the lawyer for ExxonMobil, which seeks to regain its control of Venezuelan fields. This is one of the most deeply anti-democratic opposition movements led by Maria Corina Machado, who has led several coup attempts in Venezuela. I mean, it's basically like January 6th again and again with the sponsorship of the U.S. Embassy. Violent riots
Motherfucker, stop smiling real quick, dude.
that have killed
That was funny.
hundreds. I personally watched Maria Corina Machado attempt to take over La Carlota Air Base in Caracas while the U.S. was trying to ram aid trucks into Venezuela, which
The swallow. Holy fuck, did you see the swallow?
while the U.S. was trying to ram aid trucks into Venezuela, which the Venezuelan opposition subsequently burned and blamed on Maduro. This is a corrupt opposition that stole millions of dollars from Citgo after the U.S. stole it from Venezuela. This is a corrupt opposition that has paid millions to U.S. mercenaries like Jordan Goudreau, who I interviewed, who has personally described to me what the real agenda here is, which was for Trump Incorporated cronies to get their hands on contracts and to plunder Venezuela's rich mineral wealth and oil. Ambassador Story revealed the agenda himself when he appeared on a straightforward propaganda piece for regime change on 60 Minutes and said, Nicolas Maduro is a bad actor sitting on the world's largest oil reserves. Well, that's why you consider him a bad actor, because there's plenty of bad actors in the world, and neither of you will condemn ICC wanted war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu or call for his arrest, will you? Neither of you will talk about Ecuadorian President Daniel Noboa's role in the international drug trade through Benita and his family shipping company. I mean, the list goes on and on. I could spend the next 45 minutes talking about U.S.-sponsored bad actors, but there are bad actors. The reason Maduro's a bad actor is because he's sitting on oil reserves.
It's only fair.
10 out of 10, dude. Well played, sir. Well played, sir. Well played. That was a cooking.
Speculation. This is why some famous investors announced that they were shorting Palantir stock, that is essentially betting that Palantir's stock price will go down. And in response, the executives of Palantir freaked out. The CEO of Palantir, Alex Karp, went on TV and he claimed anyone shorting Palantir stock is crazy.
We delivered the best results anyone's ever seen. They're actually shorting one of the great businesses of the world. The idea that chips and ontology is what you want to short is bad.
Since he's talking about shorting, I while we're watching this video, I want us to do some gambling. Chat, you want to do some gambling? Gamba hour. What is Gamba hour? Gamba hour. I'll even put it on the screen. Gamba hour. Okay, what is Gamba hour? Gamba hour is, I'll put it here. Anybody that gives more than 5 gift subs. Okay? It can be 50, it can be 100, it can be 6. When you donate them, you say Gamba or you say non-Gamba. If you say gamba, I click this button and it generates a number, okay? And if it generates a number divisible by 2, I have to donate the same number of gifts. If it's 100, I have to donate the same 100 from my own money. If it's 6, I have to donate 6. If you say no gamba, we don't gamba. If it's not divisible by 2, like 7 or 1 or 7 or 10, no, if it's 10 is divisible by 2, then I don't. So if it's divisible by 2, I have to double. I have to pay as much as you paid. If it is not divisible by 2, I don't have to. Eno, thank you very much for the subs. I will count them towards Western taxpayers. Tell us, do you want gamba or do you not want gamba? Do you want gamba or no gamba? Eno, you got to say the word. And my tax. Gamba and my tax. Okay, so what we do now is we press the button. Son of a bitch. I'm scared, but I'm excited. Okay. Breathe, chat. Breathe. Wait. Where's the very dramatic music? Are you ready, chat? 3, 2, 1. Son of a bitch! 10 gift subs and a 10. And congratulations to our dear friend for your successful gamba. You have just doubled your gift subs. Here is another tenner. Good for you, friend. Good for you. Low-key, fuck you, but low-key, big respect. Thank you very much. That is how the gamba works. In the last 45 minutes of the stream, everybody who wants to gamba will be able to do so by following the previously defined rules and regulations of the Yugopnik Casino. Now let's continue.
That shit crazy.
And he told retail investors, average people, to buy.
I always lose. For now, I have 0 wins, by the way. 0 wins. Not guy at work. Thank you very much for your $5. But do you want gamba or do you not want gamba? Westerner tax paid, okay? But tell us, thank you very much for the taxes, but do you want gamba or no? Sure, son of a bitch. You're not supposed to sure this. Okay, another gamba comes in. I swear to God, I always lose. For fuck's sakes. Like, I have 0 wins. I have zero wins. I literally have 0 wins. Here you go. Good job, not guy at work, for your successful gamba. Motherfucker. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I should never go to a casino. Or I should, because I'm always losing here. Maybe I'm going to win in a casino.
Buy more and more.
Oh, my Lord.
Of Palantir stock, claiming they were going to get rich by continuing to inflate this completely.
Shtiz, sorry, geopolitical economy report. We keep interrupting you. Shtiz, do you want me to go? You want me to go? Son of a bitch. Oh. No, this is not fair. This is literally not fair. This is literally not. I shut the fuck up and give you your 5 fucking gift subs, for fuck's sakes. Oh, gamba. Ooh, that's such a great idea, Hugo. Dude, 0 times. I have never won. Like, what the fuck is this? More subs for the peoples. For more child soldiers. It's good. Need to increase the max number. But no, it's from 1 to 10. Should be from 1 to 9. No, I can't change it now. That would be cheating. Son of a bitch.
Irrational bubble.
The people who piled in to Palantir were people investing their own money, often people who are not in the investor class, non-experts. And even till today, the experts sit on the sideline and say, hey, this can't be true, while the average American who invested in Palantir, and for the first time, maybe arguably since World War II, average Americans got venture returns investing in Palantir. When I hear short sellers attacking what I believe is clearly the most important software company in America.
Funny story about Karp. He pretends to have done his PhD with a famous Western Marxist philosopher. A Harvard professor wrote a story about how this was fake, and he reportedly flipped out over it. I don't know why he wants to be associated with Western Marxism when his whole shtick is protecting the West or whatever. Yes, it's absurd. We have a whole episode of the program. I deep dive into this guy. If you want my hot takes, you can see them there. But it's 111. You think I won once? Did I win once, Silent Mughal? I think I lost like every single time. I don't remember winning. It's really bad.
America, and therefore in the world in terms of our impact, simply to make money and trying to call the AI revolution into question.
I'm sorry, doesn't the Fed government create money solely to drop into Palantir? Yes, it does, but it gets that money from, it donates all that money to Palantir because it is protecting the capitalist status quo and its main donors, which come from large capital. So it is indirectly large capital paying money to the United States government, which protects large capital by investing in a company that wants to militarily and through advanced technology protect said capital. But the contradiction there is that it's still a privately owned company, so that it's a publicly owned company, aka it needs to grow in eternity, which renders it unironically inefficient in the project it wants to set out to do. Privately owned military company wants to protect privately owned enterprises and does not succeed in doing so efficiently because it is privately owned, is the biggest meme I've ever heard in my life.
It just is super triggering because these people, they could pick on any company in the world. They have to pick on the one that actually helps people, that actually has made money for the average person, that is actually supporting our warfighters. Why do they have to go after us?
Help the average fucking person by making better drones, dude.
But just two.
By the way, I'm literally the second guy on planet Earth to drop the news that the Palantir director for the UK and Europe is the great-grandson of Oswald Mosley. Take 5 seconds to process that if you did not know that. I've only seen one Instagram guy post about it with like 400 likes before that. The most successful British fascist's grandson is the head of Palantir UK and Europe. That legit? That is legit. When did you post this? I heard this some days ago. I posted this 8 days ago.
Since that conflict,
it was literally like a conspiracy moment for me.
What has your team learned by working with the Ukrainians, particularly when it comes to the pace of digital transformation on the battlefield?
Ukraine has been...
I was watching this and was like, wait, what? Rewind. Zoom in. Mosley? Is that a typical British name? Louis Mosley. Palantir in UK and Europe. Lead. Found one Guardian article that's like 2 pages long, where only at one spot they say the head of Palantir's London office is Louis Mosley, grandson of Oswald Mosley. And then I contextualize my argument. While I completely support not punishing children for the sins of the father, it's not exactly encouraging that the grandson of fascism's past is at the helm of fascism's future. 1 + 1 is often 2. They could hire anyone to lead their UK and Europe office, and they hired the grandson of the most successful non-Axis power fascist leader who wanted them to join the Axis power. If you believe that's a coincidence, you're a fucking cretin. These are true believers in the executive body there of Palantir. They're true believers. And as somebody who has dug deep in Thiel and, of course, now Scarp, you can listen about all of this on a deprogram episode that was posted like, I believe, 4 or 5 weeks ago. They do seem to be that. AC for the win wants a gamba with 6 gift subs. You evil motherfucker. Thank you for the subs. So I just do it once. Does anybody else want a gamba? So it's a big number. So I just lose my mind properly when I lose all of this. You have 15 seconds. Why do I do this? It is fun. It is fun. Not for my bank account, even though you guys donate, and then I low-key recoup because of the 70% backdrop, but I still lose a very sizable amount of money, but it's okay. Okay, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs. Thank you very much, AC, for being my lucky charm, AC. Thank you very much. Oof, beginner's luck, Hugo. What do you mean beginner's luck? I lost every single time. God damn it. Fate has seen fit to show mercy. House always wins. Not in my case. Thank you, Collider, for the 6 months, my friend. Nice to see you.
2 weeks.
Oh, God. Okay. Maybe I'm on a row now, but statistics implies that if you gamba again, I will lose.
After Palantir's CEO went on TV and said that, 16 days later, the CEO of Palantir and other top executives sold off more than $200 million worth of their shares.
There you go. That's the contradiction. You cannot even using the free market to protect the free market is a contradiction because they abandon itself due to its inefficiency. It is so funny. That is so funny.
In Palantir, cashing out because they recognized that the bubble was starting to pop. This is according to documents filed with the SEC, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Later on in this analysis today, I'll go into further detail looking at these documents, showing how CEO Alex Karp sold off $96 million of Palantir shares. Or how another co-founder of Palantir, the president of the company, Stephen Cohen, sold off $66 million of Palantir shares on the exact same day. And also on the same day, the chief technology officer, the CTO of Palantir, Shyam Sankar, sold off $37 million of Palantir shares. This was just 2 weeks after Palantir's CEO went on TV and said anyone betting against Palantir was crazy. And he told
and some people trust him. That's incredible.
retail investors.
Some people trust them that they won't use advanced, I don't know, fucking AI drone or blood recognition to blow up ethnic minorities. It's hilarious.
Average people to continue buying Palantir's stocks, claiming it would make them rich. This is extremely unethical behavior. From 2024 until March 2025, in just over a year, Palantir's CEO Alex Karp sold off $1.9 billion worth of shares. That's in addition to the...
Dude, it's literally inefficient for large capital to invest in other large capital companies as a means to protect itself from the destruction of unipolarity or the destruction of the modern, current Western empire mode of capitalism. I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want you to internalize that. Capitalism is inefficient at producing private enterprises which want to protect it. So in a hilarious way, for capital to truly protect itself physically, it has to invest in state-managed military if it wants efficiency. Because if it invests in privately owned military such as this, they end up losing out because it's a private enterprise that cares about profit, not quality of product. Quality of product in this case being what? Efficient killing machines that will protect the status quo. It's fucking so good.
96 million that he sold off in November 2025. This is the perfect symbol of the financialized U.S. economy, which is built on this massive house of cards, an extremely unstable casino in which average people are deceived and told they will get rich by participating in these bubbles, by helping to inflate these massive bubbles in companies like Palantir, which also is very closely linked to the Donald Trump administration. That's, of course, a big factor in this. It's not a coincidence that this bubble in Palantir's stock price began to...
Dude, they're literally CIA, like Jesus Christ. Just if the CIA was smart, they would run everything through the CIA. And when the CIA was smart, they run everything in their own fucking institutions, utilizing other wings of the military to develop their own tech and their own shit. But even the CIA has swallowed its own fucking free market pill, and it's outsourcing. Oh, but the CIA has always outsourced. Yes, it absolutely has outsourced, but not the meat, dude. Not the meat.
To inflate in November 2024 when Donald Trump won the U.S. presidential election. This mania was being driven by the fact that Palantir was being given massive contracts from the Trump administration, including nearly $1 billion worth of contracts just in the first 2 months of Trump's second administration, starting in January 2025. In particular, the Trump administration chose Palantir to conduct mass surveillance of Americans, using Palantir's software to sift through data and unify the data from across U.S. government agencies in order to compile profiles on U.S. citizens. This is the kind of mass surveillance we see in dystopian regimes in sci-fi movies and, 1984, Big Brother. This is what Palantir...
Oh, he said it, bro. He said it. He even smiled a little bit. I saw him. Look.
In sci-fi movies and, 1984, Big Brother.
See it, a little smirk.
Brother. This is what Palantir has been doing with the Trump administration. Well, that and also Palantir has been preparing for World War III, and the co-founder and CEO of Palantir, the billionaire Alex Karp, said that the U.S. government is preparing for a three-front war against Iran, Russia, and China. So in addition to helping the U.S. government carry out mass surveillance of Americans, Palantir is also preparing for World War III. But to be fair, this all didn't start under Donald Trump. For many years now, the majority of Palantir's revenue has come from government contracts, primarily with the U.S. government. That's not only the Trump administration, but also Democratic administrations like the Biden administration, and also from European governments, especially the United Kingdom. So Palantir is playing a more and more important role in
Where the grandson of who is running Palantir UK and Europe?
Western governments in general, with Western militaries and the military-industrial complex, and espionage and mass surveillance and intelligence gathering and synthesizing and compilation. But despite having these U.S. government contracts, Palantir was actually losing money until 2023. Which explains why after it had an IPO and it became a publicly listed company in 2020, if you look at its stock price in that period, it was pretty stagnant. There was not that much investor interest in Palantir. But then things changed when Donald Trump won the presidential election in November 2024, investors correctly assumed that Trump, given how close he was to Palantir, that his administration would give even more favorable contracts to Palantir, and suddenly Palantir's stock shot up. But again, this was completely irrational, and it hit absolutely crazy levels. Now, to determine whether or not a stock is overvalued, investors typically look at the price to earnings ratio, PE, which is
I mean, they used to. It used to actually matter how many of the promises you make come true. Now it's only promises, dude.
exactly what it
I
sounds
mean, look at the fucking graph.
like, a ratio comparing the price of the stock to the earnings of a company. And again, until 2023, Palantir was losing money, so its price to earnings ratio was 0. But then in 2023, it started making money. And then in 2024, after Trump won the election, the price to earning ratio shot up to absolutely insane, cartoonish levels, peaking.
There is no efficiency. There is no. Oh Lord. How are you a fucking capitalist at this point? Is what I'm asking, chat. Unless you're literally like on a class level a capitalist. How are you, for example, an intellectual, and you look at this graph, and you're like, this makes sense. Running an economy like this makes sense. Tell me.
At 454 of a PE ratio at the end of June 2025. 454. Now, if you don't follow financial issues, you may hear that number and think,
thank you, Geno, very much. Do you want to gamble or do you not want to gamble? Guys, Redfield immediately, gamba. Maybe Geno does not want to gamble with that fiver. Geno, do you want to gamble or do you not want to gamble? Please tell us in chat, my friend.
it's not a big deal. But keep in mind the context
Thank
here.
you very much.
That the historical average for the S&P 500
Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a motherfucker. Thank you very much. Okay. Does anybody have an app that does this more dramatically? Can some of the mods look for an app that does this more dramatically, like chooses a number? Or choose between yes and no or something? Motherfucker! And they told me not to gamble in life. Even though I'm on a massive losing streak. Motherfucker! Yay! Yay! Thank you very much, Geno. We tried. Thank you, Geno. Rigged how, motherfucker? I've lost so many times, dude. I've lost so many times. Thank you very much. Oh, Lord. Ooh, almost had a heart attack.
that is the main U.S. stock market index with the 500 largest publicly listed companies in it. The historical average for the S&P 500 is a PE ratio of around 20, 15 to 20. Although we've seen in recent years massive financial bubbles, and as of 2025, the average PE ratio of a company in the S&P 500 is 29, nearly 30, which again just demonstrates how bubbly the current situation is in U.S. financial markets.
It's just extra scary when it's like a 20 or a 30. That's when it's fucking scary.
But again, compare the average of 20, a PE ratio of 20, to Palantir's
even 2030 is absurdly inefficient, but this is just a joke.
Peak of 454. This is totally irrational. It's absolutely insane. It makes no financial sense. And even after Palantir's stock fell in November of 2025, it was still at around 369, 370 of a PE ratio.
Meanwhile, no fucking healthcare, keep in mind. This shit is in fucking 368 times inflated. And you don't get fucking healthcare. Oh, Lord. Number picker wheel. The legend is giving us something interesting. Okay, so what? Random number inputs from 1 to 10. Random number, random digits. Oh, I click spin here. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is making it even more gambly. Is this legal though, chat? Are we going to get banned if we do this? Oh, this is even more gambly. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is completely gamba. Oh, but it's so satisfying. Or even makes a sound. You should call odd or even. That's what I do, bro. That's what I do. That odd or even. Oh, I should call. No. I have said even every time you win. Odd every time I win. A call. It's you guys gambling. Maybe you guys can call. That's interesting. Okay, next gambler gets to call. Next gambler has to say gamba or not, and then has to say odd or even. That's interesting. And also terrifying.
Which is still absolutely insane and illogical. This explains why Palantir's stock started plummeting in November 2025. It was obviously in a bubble. Everyone could see that. And the bubble began to pop. And investors started to freak out. And they started to dump their holdings of Palantir. And a big contributing factor to this sell-off was the famous investor Michael Burry publicly revealed that he was shorting Palantir's stock, which essentially means he was betting that Palantir's stock would drop.
That's so funny. This guy has the ultimate main character syndrome, dude.
Now, if you've seen the movie The Big Short, Michael Burry is the investor who was played by Christian Bale, who made billions of dollars correctly betting on a financial crisis. He could see clearly in the data that the U.S. housing market was insanely overvalued, that financial institutions had basically committed fraud, and they had an extremely irresponsible way. They had bundled together all of these subprime mortgages from people who could not actually pay off those mortgages. And yet these bad subprime mortgages were bundled together in mortgage-backed securities and then sold by financial institutions, including those backed by the U.S. government. And then tranches of those subprime MBSs were also brought together in collateralized debt obligations, CDOs, and CDOs squared that were sold to investors, and they were given AAA ratings by credit agencies, even though they were based on complete junk, on garbage. Michael Burry made a fortune correctly betting against that, and that's why he's so famous in the U.S. financial sector today. So when Michael Burry revealed
now we have rent-backed CDOs, yeah,
that he was shorting Palantir stock, Palantir CEO Alex Karp lost his mind. He went absolutely crazy, and he did an interview on.
Oh, we want to protect you against the Asians. Why? What do you mean you're? What do you mean you're shorting? What do you mean you're shorting? We want to kill Asians for you. What the fuck? What's all your money worth shorting us? When the Asians come, they're gonna Asiafy you. What is your money gonna be worth when there's Asians walking around everywhere?
CNBC, where he claimed that Michael Burry and other people short selling Palantir were crazy.
We delivered the best results anyone's ever seen. The idea that chips and ontology is what you want to short is batshit crazy.
And Alex Karp delivered an infantile rant. He sounded like a child, and he.
Yeah, dude, the only reason you have money is because the CIA is giving you money, and then one smart guy realized, okay, I don't think that the CIA is going to give them as much money as people say, and that's why you got shorted. Okay, your product means nothing. The belief of people that your product means something is what matters, and they no longer do, because your product is pretty much receiving money from the CIA. Just so fucking hilarious. The only guy still holding the stock are large capital, probably, that already funneled money into them through the state, right?
Claimed that short sellers were picking on him.
Always remember, the CIA does not funnel money into private enterprise. Private enterprise funnels money into the CIA and CIA adjacent enterprise through the CIA. Okay? It always starts from capital, always starts from capital, always starts from capital. Unless you believe in some sort of deep state, that is fine to an extent. I can respect that. But said deep state has a lot of capital. So it still goes back to capital. Like, motherfucker. Aye.
And Palantir. And it was triggering, he said, which is quite ironic because he's very close to Trump and he's constantly criticizing so-called wokeism and the woke left.
Palantir, because we called a lot of things that are kind of establishment views that often are viewed as kind of being super woke into question in every single assumption of Palantir. And across all sorts of movements, political, I mean, you see this on the regressive part of the Democratic Party. We're about to probably have a complete disaster. I was born in New York. Like, you know, I don't know why these newspapers are helping Mandani win.
And yet
he's just losing his mind.
He ironically
We should be killing these people. Why are we not killing these people? Why are we not shooting these people? I do not understand.
said that he's being triggered by these bullies who are short sellers who are picking on his company, and they just hate his.
I thought we wanted to shoot the communists, I thought we wanted the free market.
But sir, and your company is losing value in the free market.
Well, that's not what I meant by free market. I don't know.
His company, and they hate him for his success, not mentioning that the stock price is completely irrational. It's a bubble. Listen to his crazy response here.
When I hear short sellers attacking what I believe is clearly the most important software company in America, and therefore in the world in terms of our impact, simply to make money and trying to call the AI revolution into question, it just is super triggering because these people, they could pick on any.
Oh my God, he said super triggering. Oh my fucking God, dude. Like dude, you are literally the DEI hire. You're a white passing black Jew. Leading together with Oswald Mosley's grandson, leading the technological fascist revolution. Like, it's who writes this shit? It's so cliche. It's so cliche. Thank you, Shannon, for the monthly. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, Jews in chat and people of color in chat. Yeah, the king of tech fascism is literally like the ultimate minority, and yet he's the king. This is why you have to have class as part of your fucking societal analysis, my guy. This is why intersectionality matters, okay, and not just identity politics. The only thing we need for him is to be a lady, and then we're just like, oh, we're scoring everything.
Company in the world, they have to pick on the one that actually helps people, that actually has made money for the average person, that is actually supporting our warfighters. Why do they have to go after us?
Now, this interview illustrated just how delusional the CEO of Palantir is. Alex Karp claimed that Palantir is the most important software company in the US and therefore in the world.
When I hear short sellers attacking what I believe is clearly the most important software company in America and therefore in the world in terms of our impact.
Meaning he thinks it's more important than Microsoft. I mean, the majority of the world's computers and phones run on Windows and Android technology. And yet this crazy CEO is claiming that his insanely overpriced stock for Palantir cannot go down and short sellers are evil because they're attacking the most important software company on earth.
They're actually shorting one of the great businesses of the world.
Alex Karp then claimed that he was going to be
Dude, you want to kill people with this shit. Oh God, just be honest.
dancing.
I thought this guy was supposed to be honest, you know? Some of his famous interviews where he's like, yeah, we're in the business of killing people. And now he's like, oh, I'm triggered by lower income.
With joy because he was going.
If you want to interrupt us listening to this fucking idiot, you can always gamble. Just a reminder. So if it's sarcastic or something, but did Elon Musk really dox you? So that's really fucked up. I mean, he doxed like a lot of people. He doxed some real pieces of shit, but he also doxed my cute ass, okay? The country that I migrated to, that's what he doxed, yeah.
To destroy the short sellers and make them all poor because he claimed that Palantir stock was going to continue to skyrocket and they're going to get richer and richer because it's the greatest company ever.
But I do think this behavior is egregious, and I'm going to be dancing around when it proves it's proven wrong. Though it's crazy motivating, because I'll tell you why the short sellers are constantly getting screwed by Palantir. Because every time they short us, we just are like tripling down on getting the better numbers, and part, honestly, to make them poorer.
Now that is extremely
Oh
hypocritical.
my God, dude. Part in fact to make them poor. We're doing it in spite of you, dude. Just do your thing and call them communists or Chinese. Like just do that thing. Do that thing.
Critical, because just 2 weeks after the CEO of Palantir made those remarks, top executives at Palantir started selling off hundreds of millions of dollars of stocks they hold in their own company. This was disclosed in documents filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. These filings show that on the 20th of November, Palantir executives reported they were selling off huge numbers of shares. That was just 16 days after Alex Karp went on CNBC and claimed that anyone who doubts that Palantir stock will continue skyrocketing, anyone shorting Palantir stock is crazy, as he claimed. And yet, what did Alex Karp do 2 weeks later? He sold off $96 million worth of his Palantir shares. I mean, this is just the definition of hypocrisy. But it wasn't just him. On the same day, several other Palantir executives also announced that they were liquidating tens of millions of dollars of shares each. For instance, another Palantir executive, Shyam Sankar, sold off $37 million of Palantir shares. Shyam Sankar is the Chief Technology Officer, the CTO of Palantir. And in 2025, he became a billionaire for the first time because Palantir's stock went through the roof in this massive bubble, largely driven by the Trump administration's contracts. So, of course, he's been selling off those shares because he recognized that this is a crazy bubble, not based on fundamentals, and he wanted to make sure that he could actually hold on to that wealth, recognizing that eventually the bubble would pop. As it is.
Someone claims the French tried to have her assassinated. Why? Because she keeps being transphobic about the pedophile woman. Can't believe I just said that sentence. Candace Owens says the French want to assassinate her because she keeps calling the most famous French pedophile a trans person. Candace Owens, known for never bringing up the fact that the French president's wife is literally a fucking hardcore pedophile, but instead always talks about how she might be trans, which she obviously is not. Showing that conservatives, as always, will put transphobia and homophobia above giving a fuck about pedophiles.
Now. But it wasn't just him. On the same day, another Palantir executive, Stephen Cohen, disclosed that he was selling off $66 million of Palantir shares. Ironically, Stephen Cohen was a co-founder of Palantir along with Alex Karp, and he's the president, secretary, and director of Palantir. He just sold off $66 million worth of his holdings in the company.
Jesus.
Another Palantir
It's inefficient, dude. Even making guns for themselves to protect themselves from the enemy is inefficient. No, we're gonna win. Chat, we're gonna win. No, we're genuinely gonna win. We only have a revolution to lose. If we lose, it's because we lost it. If we lose, it's because we lost. None of this is efficient. All of this is like contradiction on top of a contradiction on top of a contradiction. All of this is garbage. All of this is garbage. even with the lacking, in my modest opinion, working class oversight of the economy, but still a very present one that exists in the PRC, they can long term, simply because the contradictions are lower, they can mop this shit like it's puke in front of the pub on the Sunday 5 a.m. It's insane. You're Albanian. I'm the famous Albanian Bulgarian singer Aziz. Po.
Executive also disclosed on the 20th of November that he was selling $4 million worth of Palantir shares. He is David Glazer. Glazer is the chief financial officer, the CFO, and the treasurer of Palantir. Also on the same day, Palantir executive Ryan Taylor disclosed that he was selling off another $4 million of Palantir shares. Ryan Taylor is the chief revenue officer and the chief legal officer of Palantir. So altogether, that means that on one day, on the 20th of November, 5 Palantir executives together sold off more than $200 million worth of Palantir shares. And this was not the first time that they've been selling off their shares. In October and September and August and July and June.
Dude, this is making me want to gamble. God damn it, chat. Let's spin. Come on. I want to spin. You know what to do. Let's spin, chat. Let's spin.
And
I'm
May,
getting the shakes, chat.
and April and March.
Getting the
Basically
shakes.
every month, Palantir
Aren't you getting the shakes, chat?
executives have been disclosing with the SEC that they're selling off their Palantir shares. And this is obvious. I mean, they're not stupid. It's because they can see that Palantir stock is in a bubble. It's completely irrational. This is why from 2024...
Also, it's long-term planning on buying back the stock, shit like that. But this, again, us as, like the overview of this is that it's a unfixable contradiction.
Until March 2025, in just over a year...
If there's really smart fucking intelligence officers participating in any of this, they're gonna be like, okay, let's rely on private enterprise a bit less in the coming decade, because this is just the beginning of the bubble fucking exploding, and this is a massive show that the bubble is gonna fucking explode. Do you see what they're fucking doing? It's gonna fucking explode. Fucking Palantir is selling this shit, dude. The fucking executives of Palantir are selling this shit. Oh Lord, if I was smarter, I would know what to short right now. Anybody super rich in chat and can tell me what to short?
Palantir CEO Alex Karp sold off $1.9 billion worth of shares. That's in addition to the $96 million that he sold off in November 2025. This is why it's not only insanely hypocritical, but it's also extremely unethical for Alex Karp to go on TV and to tell people that they're crazy to be skeptical about Palantir's insanely overvalued bubbly stock and to attack the short sellers and say that he's dancing because they're going to be poor. Meanwhile, he's been selling billions of dollars worth of his holdings in Palantir. And what's even worse than that...
Windterm, you're completely correct. I agree with you.
...is in this...
Maybe there is one and they're stupid. Don't short because the market is completely irrational. Tesla shorters got burned many times on what was a rational bet. Yeah, that's why it's betting.
CNBC interview.
If you're using the correct term, my friend Ufigi.
Alex Karp promoted this insanely...
Speaking of which, sorry for the slight interruption. Ufigi, dude, I finished it. I couldn't wait for a stream. And, the gaming streams don't fucking work out most of the time, but it's okay. We'll still have one. I finished the last DLC of Kingdom Come. I already miss it. God damn it, dude. Red Phil, I finished Kingdom Come. Oh, I low-key cried, dude. Yeah, Ecclesia Mysteria, I finished it. It was fun. It was good. But come on. Like, I want more. Can I have more, please? Can I please have more? You keep telling me to play the fucking Chinese wins. Chinese wins. The fuck? Is this the game, Chinese video game where wins meet? Where wins meet. Is it a choice game? You guys really want me to play this? Oh no, it's just a fucking game. It's a normal game. It's a... Thank you, Krizon, for the 12 months. A full year of your support. Thank you very much, my friend. Bolsonaro about to spend 27 years in Gulag. I heard. It's very funny.
And we're back with another episode of Before You Buy. That show would give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. It's me, Jake Baldino, and today we're talking about Where Winds Meet. Now, this is a new game from, huge mega publisher NetEase and China-based developer Everstone Studio. Like a lot of you guys, this one has been on my radar since a big cinematic reveal trailer at I believe a PlayStation State of Play stream from last year. I didn't realize actually what the game is. It's a massive, always online, free-to-play game that has...
that doesn't sound good to me, Chad. Just because it's Chinese, you motherfuckers subjective as hell. We need to see you play some nice RPGs. I would love to. KCD 2 was fantastic. And remember, it was the first... I think it was the first gaming stream when I fell off the horse. They have nostalgia hitting me already.
Has already released and has done well in China last year on PC and mobile. Now it's coming to the rest of the world on PC and PS5, and I've been playing the PC version for a few days now. So yeah, look, NetEase free-to-play game isn't exactly...
Outer Worlds 2 is a decent idea. I just don't know if I'll have enough viewers, because most of you probably played through that shit already. I don't know. I still need that MG3 Yugo playthrough. Don't tempt me, my friend.
Cynical narrative claiming that retail investors, mom and pop investors, average Americans...
We hit the hour number 4 reminder that we will be doing Gamba until the end of the stream. Everybody with over 5 gift subs can support the show, which is 100% ad-free and sponsor-free, and only during this hour can they potentially also double their subscription. If you give over 5 gift subs, I press this button. You tell me if you want an odd or an even number, and if you said the correct type of number, you double how many subscriptions you gave through my bank account. If it does not hit the type of number, then... we are just grateful that you gave the gift subs. Just slight reminder. Thank you.
And other...
Or you can just subscribe by yourself and just be cool. Or you can subscribe and tell me I do not want a Gamba. That is also fine.
People around the world, we're going to get rich by investing in Palantir's insanely overvalued stock, helping to continue to inflate this bubble and also providing the exit liquidity for Palantir's executives like him, so they can sell off billions of dollars of stocks while telling average people they're going to be rich by putting their savings in this insanely stupid investment
Absolutely.
of overvalued Palantir stock.
The people who piled in to Palantir were people investing their own money, often people who are not in the investor class, non-experts, and even till today,
There you go, the big patriots, bro. Fucking get walked all over, bitch.
experts sit on the
Bitch ass
sideline and say,
motherfucker.
hey, this can't be true, while the average American who invested in Palantir, and for the first time, maybe arguably since World War II, average Americans got venture returns investing in Palantir. I mean, look, I'll tell you, there's a tale of two cities in our society. We need experts versus retail, but they're in the business of being skeptical and being wrong, and we're in the business of giving an unfair advantage to American workers.
Experts, then why don't you have a centrally planned government if you want experts leading everything? I'm tired of this cunt. Okay, he's a stupid cunt, and he's gonna get played as well, which is the mother of all irony. Be wary of being America's enemy, but be terrified of being America's friend. Thank you, chat. Thank you to everybody that followed. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. Thank you to everybody that gambled. Thank you to everybody that paid their taxes. Thank you to everybody that oiled. Thank you to everybody that gave a beautiful follow. I cannot proudly say I'm sitting in the beautiful country of Bulgaria while not being Bulgarian myself. Okay, some of you are fucking idiots and you think that if it's written in the thing, that means that's your ethnicity. You and say, motherfucker, I am an immigrant. You know what that fucking means? And I've never hid the fact, but some of you absolute pieces of shit really wanted to dox me. So there you go. Good job. Fantastic. I hope you have diarrhea for the next 2 months. Thank you to my lovely mods. This was brilliant. Now I'm going to send you over to a Yank with long hair and a big brain, a dear friend of the show. Central Committee, please be very loud over there. It's a big community. Let's try and get some people to hear about us over there and be very nice. Spam the shit that the mods are giving you to spam. And I will see you tomorrow. We're going to have many days in a row worth of streams. Tomorrow, maybe we game. Tomorrow, there is a very large chance we game. Thank you, Monolith Maverick, very kindly for your 8 months, you beautiful motherfucker. And I will see you tomorrow. Hit me up, hit up the mods with ideas of what we should play. And they're going to hit me up as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Oh, C-Spar. C-Spar, shit. Wait, fuck. Okay, I canceled the raid. Did I cancel the raid or didn't cancel the raid? I canceled the raid. C-Spar, okay, C-Spar, Gamba. What's the word? Which do you want? The even or non-even? Even or odds? Odds. Okay. Oof. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. Hey, eat my ass. Oh no, shit, son of a bitch. Son of a motherfucking shit. Okay. Good job. I guess you fucking cunt. I love you. I'm kidding. No, you're not. Why did I say that out loud? I love you. Shit. Thank you, C-Spar. Here's another 5. You beautiful piece of meat. Okay, there we go. Gotcha, bitch. Yeah, dude, it's fucking easy to get me because I always lose. I've only won twice out of so many times. It's a great investment for you people. There you go. Now I'm doing the raid again. Now go, please, copy paste what the mods are giving. We might be a smaller community, but we are very loud. Please make yourself very, very heard. And say hi to Mike for me. Mike's a chill boy. Mike's a very smart, chill, young man, okay? I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Beautiful stream. 10 out of 10 stream. I love my fucking job. I love my fucking community. Stay safe. And as we always say, put ice in your vodka, hydrate, and use rubber. Have a good one.